Hey guys, this is Kenneth Woody, and I wanted to come at you with another little bit of a story time video. I am going to be playing Sword Legends through this, so I can, you know, think a little bit easier. Alright, so what I wanted to talk about is one of my favorite stories in Dungeons and Dragons. This is when I was playing with a small group of friends for like probably about 10 years straight, just always playing D&D with them. This is a tale from 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons. And what I wanted to tell, like, what this tale is basically entailing is, well, it's the time my friend Matt decided to steal a legendary item and pawn it. Alright, so what happened and what led up to this? Um, we were like, probably 10th level, or 10th level plus characters. We were pretty high up on levels. My friend Matt was playing a bard, as per usual. I was playing a wizard. Oh, so I should say Matt, well, yeah, wizard. We had one guy playing a paladin, and the fourth guy, I think he was playing a priest. Yeah, he was playing a cleric. So, what basically led up the events that led up to this? The guy who was playing the paladin was just being a completely huge dick because he ended up finding at the time like a very legendary chess piece. I believe it was armor of invulnerability. And what was special about that is it gave him resistance to a lot of shit, but it also gave him a very high armor class, so it was very difficult to hit him. I'm sitting around as a wizard, like, I think by that point I was starting to delve into the necromancy to later become a lich. So I think I only had like an AC of like 4 maybe? Yeah, I only had like an AC of 4. The bard had an AC of like 2. So we were like the most squishiest and likely to be hit. But the guy who was playing the paladin was being a really huge dick, both in and out of character. So Matt decided, while he was sleeping, since he was an elf and had already got his good stuff out of the way, that he was gonna steal Brad's armor. Well, of course he steals the armor, but in second edition, if you didn't take off your armor, you actually got a penalty. If you slept with it, you got like a stack of exhaustion, basically. So the guy always had his armor in like a chest right next to him, all that good stuff. Matt steals his fucking armor and goes to pawn it. Right. Well, when Brad's character wakes up in the morning, he just instantly blames my wizard. Our characters never got along the slightest, and I just was like, do I look like a transmuter to you? And also, have I ever cast the spell telekinesis at all? He's like, yeah, well, it never hurts to be suspicious. Wizards know all sorts of antics. Like, only what we can if we specialized in transmutation, then we would have that spell. I sadly did not specialize in transmutation. I am an abjuration wizard, so I would not be able to cast that. So unfortunately, little did he know I actually had that on my fucking spell list and was just lying straight to his face. So he's like, "Well, then who stole my armor, wizard? If you didn't steal it." I know who did steal it. I told him the completely wrong person, so he went off, beat the shit out of that guy, and got a suit of armor back that looked exactly like his own. Problem is, it wasn't. Because Matt had that shit inside of a fucking chest that he was carrying around. And once we got to town, we just pawned that shit off, and my friend Matt and I were just reveling in our riches. While this guy was wondering, like, what? My armor's not the same. It's just not the same. It's like, gee, I don't know. Maybe you got the wrong piece of armor, or maybe something happened with the enchant. I don't know. It went about 15 sessions later until this guy realized, wait a minute, that fucking bard tricked me. That asshole. So, 15 sessions later, he tries to kill the bard in his sleep, only to realize my friend Matt made had like a fucking body decoy because he had me cast make it basically a mirror image of himself, of the bard. So we basically cloned ourselves, and we're traveling around with this motherfucker, while we were actually, in all honesty, starting to build a castle for the two of us. And since the bard had like a charisma of 20, we had like just a shitload of followers. It was fucking great. So, yeah, next thing the paladin knows, he's walking through the countryside and he's seeing a goddamn castle being built. With who else running the fucking operation? My wizard and my friend Matt's bard. And he just flips his shit because he had violently murdered us, like, not even a week before. So he's just like, I gotta be seeing shit. I am fucking crazy. So he walks up, and we're just sitting there, just like, you know, just tormenting him about the fact that he's killed us. Just tormenting him. And, he promptly runs himself through. We were just saying shit's like, we're suffering here eternally because of you. This is your fault. And then once he kills him, it's like, strip him down and sell his armor? Strip him down and sell his armor. A little bit of a morbid tale, yes, but it's one of the favorite tales I have. Anyways, we're actually going to be taking this time in this video to just shit around in Sword Coast Legends. So yeah, this will be fun. Plus I have that 20th level Warlock so I can really test some stuff out. This will be fun. Okay, that's actually a good, that's not too terrible. Alright, I'm just gonna skip this because A, I've seen it before, but I'm also gonna be, like, just raping everything. Literally anything and everything that comes into my path will be basically just raped to death. And during this time we can also talk about the best ways to build a Warlock, both in 5th edition and in Sword Coast Legends. I picked the easiest class to have a main for because casters don't really do much and you can just, you know, focus more on your melee. But that being said, I still like to get my cooldown windows done as a Warlock, then go into the other good shit. Okay. Once this loads, we're gonna take a look at my usual party. Provided I'm able to access them at this point in the game, which is most likely a no. But I definitely can say a good party comp to go with. I usually have a 2 casters and 2 frontliners. Usually paladin and cleric, but that's always fun. But maybe this one we'll try something completely different. I'm gonna try the whole quadratic wizard shit. Just waiting for the goddamn game to load. But yeah, one of the things I like about Warlock in this game is the fact that you can access Mystic Arcanum at 9th level. However, since this game doesn't have spell slots and a lot of other spells, Mystic Arcanum is really unique because it removes the cooldown of 1 spell. So you can actually throw out 2 Fireballs, 2 Scorching Rays, whatever. However, I find the best the best pack boon that you can go for in this one is Pact of the Tome. And mixed up with Pact of the Chains for other spells like Minion of Chaos, Fire the Mind, all that good stuff. Those 2 pack boons mixed together are very strong, especially for just really most Warlocks. Pact of the Blade is great, it's just very lackluster, as far as I can tell. Bullshit. Bellamy's a fucking machine. Don't you talk shit about him. I never did get along with him, though. Hey, I am not gay. Yes, I may be a tiefling with a very questionable attire, but I am not gay. Well, not to spoil things for you there, Jarhild, which, by the way, that is a man's name. Bellamy's gonna die a very painful death. That purple concoction that doesn't do much else is really fucking liquid heroin. I'll tell you what we have left to do. We gotta get a man his horse that he probably had sex with. We gotta get a man his shield and not lie about it like an asshole. Yes, if you lie about it like a sociopath, you get to keep the shield. Billy would pick a fight with a motherfucking wall. Of course he would. If he hurts someone, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of him and hurt him more. Don't fuck around with a tiefling warlock with 2 fucking hammers. You don't fuck with me. I'll fucking beat the shit out of you. Rip you fucking apart. Alright, so we're gonna look at abilities. And yes, I have a shitload of charisma on this guy. He's very charismatic, as well as a shitload of legendaries. Well, a lot of legendaries on this, but that's aside the point. That is aside the point. Man, that's the first interaction you have with this motherfucker, and he's just got 2 dead bodies. You go, halfling. You go. Skipping the foreplay, getting straight into the action. My god, I'm just like this fucking halfling. That's fucking scary. My god, that line just sums up my entire career as a Dungeons & Dragons player. Felt good putting him down. I'm just gonna ignore the innuendo there. I wasn't squealing, you fucking asshole. Eat my ass, bitch. Like a pillow fight? What the fuck? Don't know why that's so goddamn funny. Ugh. Sorry, that grunt. Eat my ass, belly. You know, I can just burn through that, you fucking retard. Fuck. You ran around with the bandits attack? Where was he? Actually, I can easily stop you, son of a bitch. Don't patronize me, fucking halfling. The last thing I want is to be patronized by half of a man. And I'm only a quarter of a man. Yay, Lydia still has her armor. Yay, Jarhild still has her armor. No. Oh my god, they got Qui-Gon Jinn as a wizard. Oh my god, he's starting the hurricane of Hunger of Adora. I don't know, Lydia, with what I did in my last playthrough of this game, I don't really think you'd be calling me your friend, considering I basically destroyed the relic of your god. Yeah, because I sided with a paladin. Who knew that paladins and warlocks could get along so swimmingly? You have a sister? Oh, yeah, that's right. That was the half of them that tried making sex at me. You know, I just realized I could club Bellamy to death right now like a seal, and he couldn't do anything to stop me. Wow. That's a scary thought. Larithor, that does not sound like a dwarven name. It sounds very elven to me. Is there something you're hiding, dwarf? Is your mother raped by an elf? Are you a filthy halfie? He's a filthy halfie. Fucking knew it. Filthy little mudblood bitch. Let's get the fuck going. I don't give two shits about my companions. They're just pawns in the name of my god. All hail Asmodeus. That's a lot of talk coming from a third level fighter. And that pessimism of the dwarf. Alright, let's give you a level up, bitch. Alright. So we're going to look over our Warlock stuff. Again, you want to max out Eldritch Blast. Witch Bolt's actually not terrible in this game. It's just kind of fun. But you also want to put a lot of points into Pact of the Chain for Chains of Carcerai, Mire of the Mind, as well as Minion of Chaos. You don't really need the other familiar, considering this one familiar is great enough. Pact of the Blade, you don't really want to put any points in. For Pact of the Tome, you basically get all of it, bar the rest of Chill Touch. Archfey, don't really bother with it. Fiend, this is where your damage comes from. Uh, Great Old One can be really fun, especially if you're using for like controlling spells like, you know, Bard's Black Tentacles. Awakened Mind's great because it gives you a +3 to Intelligence and Wisdom saves, which is great for your wisdom throws, as well as resistance to psychic damage when you come up into later stages. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, basically the same. Dissonant Whispers, again, saving throw that deals some decent damage. Personally, create Thralls the better part because, you know, it's always fun. You have your Tiefling Racials. I usually put points into Search because it is good to have two things that can have Search proficiency. Your best one's Searcher is, of course, going to be your Elf. With her, I generally level up. I get proficiency with Heavy Armor really quickly and then just go for just about anything and everything that gives heal. So all of Light Domain, all of Life. Protection's not really that good. Martial's a little bit, but I also take up little bits of Archery for Debilitating Shot and Hunter's Mark. Even though she's never going to be using debilitating, well, even though she's not going to be using debilitating shot, it's still pretty fun to have. Wow. And then if you hear anything in the background, just ignore that. I've got some people watching wrestling in the background. Right. So we're gonna just, have a little bit of fun and just show you basically the gist of casting in this game. It's pretty fucking boring. Scratch that, it's really boring. Oh, that's right, I got Aura Vitality on her. Let's see. Yeah, basically, this game's pretty weird with its combat because you have to line a lot of shit up. So let's say, for example, I want to cast Chains of Carcerai, which I'm not going to bother on these guys since they're so weak. Alright. I'm actually going to loot this motherfucker. Ring of Recovery. Plus 8 force damage. Plus 3 to force damage. It's actually not terrible. See, that's all. Actually, that's better because cantrip damage affects all my cantrips. That one's better because it's force damage, fire damage. Most of the things I found that you want with Warlock are anything that gives you fire and force damage in this game. So anything that gives you a plus to that is a lot better. Okay. So we're just gonna go through the first little bit so you can, see what to do, and, keep in mind whatever other good stuff you want. Once the game loads. Should be any time now. Alright. Oh yeah, that's right. I accidentally reanimated that fucking thing. Because how Circle of Death works, if you kill something, it, like, at least in this game, I think it reanimates it also. Again, Bellamy. Better him than us. I don't know, Bellamy. I could say the same thing about you. I could say the same thing about you. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna cheese the damage. To be honest, I think I could just, cut this off here. Because really not a lot changes. It's basically the gist of the combat in this game. Alright. Anyway, that's been really all for today. I'll come at you guys in another video. I apologize for most of it being silence or rambling. But, I'll try to make some more videos about this game. Probably, just starting with a new character and just seeing what wacky adventures we can get into. Anyway, see you guys next time. Also, make sure, if you want, or if you're feeling up to it, make sure that if you want to, subscribe, patronize me on Patreon in a good way, of course, or if you want, just donate to my PayPal. And again, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.